Good afternoon, folks. It's a beautiful day. The haze has finally lifted. We've got a little bit of blue sky, and we are here today with the new Hyundai Elantra 2.0 Executive. Now, as you know, the 2-liter is new because previously they were using a 1.6 turbocharged. This is naturally aspirated, and like I said, the styling has completely changed. Some people might like the old styling, some people might like the new styling, but one thing's for sure, this C-segment car is definitely a contender for the C-segment market because it's 109,000 ringgit. And for that, you get this kind of styling, DRLs, you get the push start button. Now, many might ask, why have Hyundai gone to naturally aspirated when they used to be having a turbo? Well, you need to drive this car first before you think that it's any less than a turbocharged 1.6, because it's not. It's actually very quick. Now, with turbocharged cars, you know you might get a little bit of turbo lag. There's no lag in a naturally aspirated car. Come over here and have a look at it. So, this is what the interior looks like. We'll just have a very quick look here. Very nice, full leather, a very safe appointment kind of interior, which is okay. You know, some people don't like flashy. This is a very cool party trick. This is the party trick of the Hyundai Elantra. If you look at the back, and this is what you can have some fun with your friends with. Where is the boot release? Is it here? No. Is it this? No. It's actually this, right here. You can't even see it, but press that, and the boot opens. So there's the party trick for the Hyundai Elantra. Big boot, lots of space for everybody. Reverse camera, shark fin antenna. It's basically a very safe design for people who are looking for something a little bit understated, something not so flashy. That's my driving position. So now I'll get in and let you see the rear space. Not too bad at all. Rear aircon vents. So I think your rear passengers are going to be quite comfortable. They got their own little cubby holder, drinks holder. I reckon, yeah, they will be quite happy sitting at the back. Now this is the driving position. The car starts up and it's very quiet. It's very sedate. The air conditioning is great, of course. And again, the telescopic steering, tilt adjust, 6-speed auto gearbox, but you know, I just kept it in D and it was absolutely fine. This is not the kind of car that you would love immediately, but I think you will get to grow to love it. Something I just noticed over here, if you notice very subtly, there's actually a checkered design in the instrument cluster. So this is what the interior looks like. Again, like I said, it's a very safe design. There are some accents with the over here with this brushed aluminum, also in the steering wheel. It's not a flat bottom steering wheel. It's still a round steering wheel. But again, one of those cars that you can buy and use and keep driving for the longest time. Now, one of the things that is worth mentioning is not so much the fact that it's a Hyundai or a Kia or everything, but it's the fact that it's a Korean car that is now going head to head with Japanese cars. This was unheard of 10, 20 years ago. The South Korean cars were not the best in the world, but the way they have improved, significantly improved, is really worth mentioning. Now, like I said, I will never tell you what car to buy, but if you're looking for a decent C-segment car and you think that maybe the Honda Civic is a bit too flashy, a bit too young, you know, you got to check out this car. You really should put this car on your shopping list, on your short list, because if you've never considered a Korean car as something that you could use and love after a while, you might be impressed with this, because the engine's running now and you can't even tell. The engine's so quiet. And speaking of which, let's have a look at the engine. So there you go. It's a dual overhead cam 16 valve, very quiet, and it performs really, really well. So for a 2-liter car, this is definitely worth considering. Nice, quiet. So there you go, the Hyundai Elantra 2.0, the new Hyundai Elantra 2.0. Very stylish on the outside, but like I said, styling is very subjective. It's up to you whether you like it or not. But if you find it appealing, go check it out, because in terms of value for money, with what this car is equipped in, I'm going to give you a list of stuff that you can check online in the link in the description. Check it out there. But based on what this car comes with for 109,000 ringgit, that's really, it's really quite a good deal. So until the next time, enjoy, and I'm going to drive this car a little bit more. Take care. Hey folks, how's it going? You can't tell, but I'm actually doing 110 on the highway right now in a Hyundai Elantra 2.0 Executive. Now, I've been wanting to test drive this car for quite a while now, because Hyundai and Korean cars in general go back a long ways with me, quite a long ways. And I was actually around doing what I'm doing now way back when, 2 decades ago, when Korean cars were still up and coming. I don't know if some of you remember the S Coupe and the early generation accents. Okay, not the kind of cars that you would consider. Z4. Any car conversation can be interrupted by a cool car, and there's a Z4 right there, very nice. BAX4, whoever you are, very cool. Anyway, what was I talking about? Yes, Korean cars in general, 2 decades ago, or even maybe up to a decade ago, were not the kind of cars that you would consider contenders, strong contenders for the A, B, C, D segments. Now, this is a C segmenter. This is the new Elantra. They've done away with the turbo. There used to be a 1.6 turbo, but they've done away with the turbo, done away with the 1.8. They've got a 2-liter Executive now. And for those of you lamenting that, oh, yo, why no more turbo, turbo good, oh, turbo very nice, try this car. Try this car, you won't believe it. There are 3 drive modes. There's Eco, Normal, and Sport. And even in Normal, I've just got it in Normal now, it is very, very quick. Now, my only complaint is that the car looks a little bit staid. It's a little bit boring, a little bit, I don't know, it's like, you know, the interior of a Honda Civic, for example, its main competitor, or maybe the only competitor, seeing as how the Civic outsells pretty much all C-segment cars combined, is that this one's just a little bit too safe. They're playing it very safe. It's very clean, it's very cool, it's very understated. Nice materials. I mean, the steering feels very nice. It's not too hard, not too soft, just right, you know. It's like the kind of thing, like, you know, Pamela Anderson, you just want to hold it. What am I saying? Anyway, they've done a remarkable job on the interior, and it's going to appeal to those who are not the flashy type, who just want something cool, calm, collected, understated. I just checked, just checked, no sunroof. What is it with me and sunroofs? But anyway, like I said, I've got it on normal mode now, and it's a very, very nice and accomplished cruiser. For 109,000 ringgit, value for money wise, it's going to be hard to beat this C-segment car. Yes, it is a C-segment car. The interior is very comfortable, lots of space, leather wrapped here and there. It gets a bit noisy on hard acceleration, and I'll let you hear that once the traffic clears up a little bit. It gets a bit loud, but you know what? It's not a bad kind of loud. It's not like an irritating kind of loud. It's a nice, understated, just to let you know that, yeah, you're pushing me, I know it, but I can handle it, sort of thing. I don't know how else to put it, but it's like that. So now this is just normal mode. Lots of creature comforts, a lot of amenities. Power is transferred to the front wheels via a 6-speed automatic gearbox. No pedal shifts, but you don't really need it. Quite honestly, you don't really need it. Just keep it in D and the car does everything for you very nicely. There is a sport mode that you can flip over. Sorry, what I meant was the manual shift mode, that you can just flip the gear stick over and play with the gears if you wanted to. I've not. That's the first time I've actually done that. Drive modes are controlled by a button over here, so I've got it in normal now, like I said. Once I hit the highway and the traffic clears a little bit, I'll let you hear the engine. Or maybe I should turn down the air conditioning a bit. The air conditioning is very, very cold. Speaking of air conditioning, it is climate control, but it's still using those old dials, you know, those old buttons. There's a bit of a, how do you say it, dead space here. Lots of space, underutilized. Most of the instrumentation for the in-car entertainment and the multimedia and, oh yeah, it's got Android Auto and all that. It's all up here, but, and everything is below there. Okay, I think I'll need my smart tag in another one. Listen to this. already up to 120, just like that. So it's a very urgent engine, but it's like a dual purpose, like a dual purpose motorbike. You can just cruise along sedately, but the moment you put your foot down, it tells you, okay, I'm alive and I'm coming out to play. And that was just normal mode. So I'm gonna put it in sport in a little while and then let you hear. Let's hear it together, because I haven't really explored sport mode yet. So yeah, one touch indicators. Just touching them once will make them flash 3 times. Haven't checked whether I can increase that or not, but okay, so heading onto the highway now. I'll show you the exterior in a little while. It's very, I don't know, styling is subjective, and the first time I saw it I was like, I think I like the previous generation more, but it's starting to grow on me. So again, it's one of those understated kind of safe designs. See, that's the only time you really hear the engine. It's when you plant your foot. And heading onto the highway now. So again, back to what I was saying earlier about Korean cars. Up to 10 years ago, 20 years ago, they have caught up in the kind of way that I don't know how else to put it, but it's been miraculous. The cars that have been coming out from Korea, I mean, I'm dying to get my hands on the Genesis, the Hyundai Genesis, but for now, this Elantra is proving to be. Kia Sophia just went by and the driver was looking, but yeah, I think a lot of people come close to have a look, just to see what this is all about, because this car just came out and it's not there are not that many. So no, I'm sorry, but the traffic's just not allowing me to explore the upper reaches of this mode. But just cruising along now at legal highway speed limits. Bit of tire noise. NVH is amazing. I mean, I've got all the windows up, but here's what happens when you put the windows down. Oh. So yeah, listen to this. Listen to the difference, yeah? Very nice. So let's put it in sport now and see what happens. This is Eco, then the sport. Oh. For a 2-liter NA, that's very, very decent. That's very, very decent. Yeah. You don't get that kick in the pants like you would if it was a turbocharged engine. But you know what? For 2 liters worth of naturally aspirated power, that's not too bad. Whoa. It actually holds the gear into red line, which is at 6,500 RPM. It actually holds the gear right up to 6,500 RPM before it shifts. Interesting. Very nice. So again, this is not the kind of, it's not a Civic Type R, you know, it's not a Megane RS. It's just a 2-liter family sedan. How's that? But with a modicum of fun and sportiness dialed in. So then, okay, it's still in sport now. I'll turn it back to, oh, I'm sorry, there's a 4th drive mode. No, that wasn't it. That was just the rumble strip. The 4th drive mode is smart. Okay, smart normal. Okay, interesting. And the smart eco. Oh, when it's smart, when it's in smart mode, it adapts itself. So now if it was normal just now, and now it's gone to eco because I'm driving very sedately, the revs at 1,005. So just put it back to normal drive mode. Interesting. Let's see that again. Let's see. Okay, so eco is green, sport is red, smart is blue, and normal is blue as well. So I'll just keep it in normal. So going over these rumble strips now, not too bad. Not too bad. That knocking sound is the seatbelt buckle. Again, styling is super duper subjective. Who's to say what's a nice design? Who's to say what's a bad design? I mean, there are some people who actually even think the Fiat Multipla is a nice design. You must be blind. Sorry.